how are you? So I just want to speak a little bit today about overwhelmment. Have you ever experienced it where you have a thought in your mind, you ask yourself a question, and the next minute you find yourself in a totally different place? Your mind's thinking of a million different things, not necessarily connected or linked up in any way to where you originally started. Now, this can be a great thing if you're in a state of creation, if you're trying to invent something, if you're trying to, if you're working on projects and you want ideas, you want inspiration, you want things to come together in new ways, like innovation. That's a fantastic way. It's a brilliant tool. Our mind is fantastic. However, if you're not trying to create something, you're actually trying to do the opposite. You're actually trying to focus on an individual thing, on an individual question. You're actually looking to solve a certain problem. And you find your mind racing to all these different areas, connecting in all these different ways. It actually leads you to feeling overwhelmed. Overwhelmment, it then just stops you in your tracks, right? Have you ever experienced this? Where you have so much going on, your mind is so activated, you have so many connections, you have so many answers, so many possibilities, and you're just like, whoa, where did I begin? Where do I start? What do I do with this? So you're not alone, guys. You're really not alone. This happens to all of us. It actually happened to me not so long ago, which gave me the inspiration to do this video I'm doing right now here with you, speaking, sharing this experience that I've just had myself. It happens to the best of us. It happens to us all repetitively, pretty much every single day. We are so saturated, we are so overwhelmed. We have emails constantly hitting our mailbox. We have notifications on our phones. We have social media just boom, 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 boom. And everything is just coming at us. We have unlimited access to information on any topic we desire with a simple key on our buttons. We have everything available to us in a moment. And it is so easy to become overwhelmed and get lost in it all and actually lose where it is you're up to, what it is you're focusing on, and just get completely distracted. So I want to share a little tip with you, which I use myself to actually bring me back into the moment, bring me back into focus, bring me back into that state where I'm like, right, this is what I'm doing now. Forget the rest, forget the overwhelmment, release it all. That's not where my focus is right now. This is where I want to be. This is where I want my mind to be connecting. Want to know what it is? Super simple, super easy. It starts by catching yourself when you're doing it. Catch yourself in the moment when you notice that your mind is racing, when you notice that you've gone off track, when you can feel yourself going and spiraling into a direction that you didn't intend to be in, something that isn't connected directly to where you started. When you feel it, when you know, when you experience it, stop yourself. Catch it, acknowledge it, and be like, right, that's a great train of thought, but that's not where I'm going right now. That's not where my focus is to be. Right here, right now, in this moment. Harness yourself back, pull yourself back and be like, where did I begin? Where did this whole thoughtness, where did this whole craziness, where did all these connections, what did I begin with? What was I asking? What was I trying to figure out? What is it I was wanting to do? Pull yourself back, catch yourself, ask yourself, harness yourself. And when you do, when you bring yourself back to your original state, when you bring yourself back into that moment where you wanted to be, where your intention was in the first place, you'll notice that your mind is like, oh, okay, it drops. It drops all the additions, it drops all the extras that it's created, and it pulls you back into where you started, where you intended to be, where you began, okay? So if your question was, I don't know, your question could be anything. What are you thinking about right now? Okay, what was you thinking on before you reached this video? What was you asking yourself? What was you trying to do? What was you aiming for? Okay? Now, for me, I was thinking about brainwaves. Brainwaves then linked me onto a whole lot of other things. But I caught it. I caught myself in that moment and I was like, this has got nothing to do with what I'm actually intending to think about. This is not what I'm trying to work out and piece together. However, that's where it's led on, because our mind is a fantastic tool. Our mind is an incredible resource. It's like its own computer, and it neuroplasticity takes over. These new connections happen. We grow instantly. We grow quickly, and our mind is just like lighting up on fire as soon as you inspire it. That's what it does. That's the beauty of it. That's the magic of our brains. But it doesn't always help us in that current moment when we are trying to focus. So guys, my biggest advice is, like I say in the beginning, catch it as soon as you can, because it's going to help you. And then when you do catch it, you can bring yourself back into where you originally started, where you intended to be, and restart that focus. Okay? Try it, give it a try, see if it works for you. Like I say, this is something that I use myself. This is a practice I use because my mind is very active. My mind is very, it bounces around. It creates a lot. I'm thinking about a lot of things. I'm working on a lot of things, and it all comes together, and it all spirals and links off. And neuroplasticity literally fires up my brain, and it just leads me down into new paths. And I end up thinking about something that I didn't originally start to think about. If overwhelmment is something that you find yourself kind of in the situation of, caught up in, if you struggle to keep your focus, if you're struggling to actually get things done because you have this feeling, this sensation that there's so much going on that you end up losing where it is you started, forgetting what it is you actually need to do, like missing your priorities, and actually ended up not actually achieving or moving forward in the way that you know that you're capable of doing, try this technique. Try it. Acknowledge, pay more attention to your thoughts, pay more attention to your mind, pay more attention to yourself and what you're doing, and catch it as soon as you can. And when you do, and you do that repetitively, when you get better and better and better at that, you'll notice that in just a few your thoughts can go, and within seconds you can catch it and you can bring yourself back. Try it, guys. I think you'll find it to be of a lot of benefit for you. Have a great day. See you.